Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy, and I'm going to be doing my ranking for all 4 movies in the Matrix franchise. I've recently reviewed all 4 movies and everything leading up to Resurrection being released, and then I reviewed that one, so I thought I'd go ahead and do my ranking because this is a franchise that I've always really liked a lot ever since I was a kid and everything, and it was fun getting to revisit them because I hadn't seen them in a very long time and everything, so my thoughts on them have actually changed since I was a kid and stuff. My ranking has changed since then too, but I'm going to go ahead and get going. Coming in at number 4 is The Matrix Resurrection. This is the newest movie in the franchise, and I've only seen it once because I just watched it and everything, so it could possibly move up. I don't know that it ever will, but it could move up on rewatch. But I do think this is a pretty entertaining movie. Keanu Reeves is once again really great as Neo, although he doesn't get as much awesome action as he does it in the other movies and stuff, which does kind of suck, but I still think he's great as a character, and I love like the slow burn feel of this movie and how it reintroduces a world, and it's kind of like a reintroduction to this world and everything, and I think they did a good enough job. It's a decent sequel, not near as bad as a lot of people are saying it is. I know a lot of people are saying it's one of the worst movies of the year, and it's a terrible cash grab sequel, which it is a cash grab sequel that doesn't really have a good reason to exist, but it's one that's entertaining enough it doesn't bother me. So The Matrix Resurrections is number 4, and number 3 is The Matrix Reloaded. This is the one that I used to watch on repeat all the time as a kid. When it first came out and stuff, all the kids at school and stuff were always talking about how much they love this movie, which is really crazy seeing that it was rated R, and I was in 5th grade at that time, so it's like a lot of parents actually took their kids to see this movie, but this has some of the best action in the franchise. I absolutely love that freeway scene alone is just awesome. I feel like the story is a little slow paced, and it doesn't have the best story in there, even though they're trying to find the key holder and all that. It does have a good story. I feel like the action is better than the story itself, if that makes sense. And I think it had some of the best action, which that's one thing that they do with the trilogy, is the first movie was kind of building up the world. This one is the action part, and then the third one was kind of the finale. So it kind of made sense why this one was the one that focused on the action the most and everything, but it was still really good and everything. And it had some really weird moments though, like that very weird scene when Trinity and Neo are getting it on, and there's like this big rave party orgy type thing going on in Zion. It was very weird and everything. Even as a kid, I always thought that scene was very odd, and it just breathes early 2000s weirdness and everything. You could tell when this movie came out and stuff, but it has a lot of fun moments. This used to be my favorite Matrix movie and stuff, but that ranking has changed a lot since then and everything. So, but yeah, The Matrix Reloaded is number 3, and number 2 is The Matrix Revolutions. I've always really liked this one a lot, and maybe part of it is because it's the one that I saw in the theater as a kid and stuff with family friend, and that memory alone just kind of elevates it for me maybe a little bit. But also I really did like the story. I thought it was a pretty decent ending to the franchise for the time being. If they would have left it as a trilogy, it would have been a pretty decent ending. And I liked the way it all ended and stuff. Trinity's death though could have been written a little bit better. It didn't really have that emotional feel to it like it should have. I did say that was one of the things about it that even when I saw it for the first time, her death was sad, but it never really hit me hard or anything. I thought that could have been handled a little bit better, and the action just wasn't as good in this one as it was in the first two. but it's definitely better than it is in the fourth one for sure. That scene when the machines are attacking Zion is pretty cool, and then the big fight with with Agent Smith and Neo. I keep wanting to call him Mr. Smith for some reason. The fight between them is still really good. I really liked it and everything. So it had a good ending. A little anticlimactic a little bit, but it was still a good enough ending to the story and everything. So The Matrix Revolutions is number 2, and my number 1 is The Matrix. I absolutely love this movie. It is such a great movie, and I forgot how good the original Matrix movie is because I hadn't seen it in a very long time, but I love the world building in this movie, and the introduction to these characters is just really well done. It has some really great action. Like I said, I think the second one has some of the best action in the franchise, but this one does too. Like, especially that big final fight with him and Agent Smith it's a lot of fun to watch, and it has a lot of really good moments. And some of the best stuff about Resurrections are the callbacks to this movie and everything. I think that was one of the things I did like about it. I know that a lot of people didn't for some reason, but it doesn't really bother me because, like I said, I love this movie. So seeing callbacks to other movies and franchises like that don't really bother me that bad. And I think this is a really great franchise starter, though. And it's one just like with Resurrections. Like, if they didn't do a sequel to this one, if they never made the other 3 movies, it would have been okay as a standalone movie. The way it ended and stuff, you could have gone with more or left it at that, and it still would have been a perfectly fine movie and everything. This was one of those that never really needed a sequel, and none of the sequels ever lived up to the greatness of this movie. It's just a really great, awesome masterpiece of a movie. It's just so much fun and everything. When you think of really awesome action blockbuster movies, this is definitely one of those, and it was a game changer for the movie genre, for the action genre, and for movies altogether and everything. It had a lot of effects on pop culture and other movies and stuff, and a lot of movies tried to replicate it and everything, but this is a really great movie. So The Matrix is easily my favorite out of the whole franchise. So anyway, let me know in the comments what your favorite Matrix movies are. I know more than likely it'll be the first one will be your favorite too, but if you want, tell me your ranking. If you don't want to, tell me your favorite and least favorite if you want. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.